chemistry, and I was going to work as a lifeguard for the summer. I was an only child, and my parents were lawyers. Not like criminal lawyers, I said. Car accident lawyers. You know, like the kind you see on TV. I offered a silent apology to my parents for forcing them into such an embarrassing profession. I didn't tell him one true thing about myself. It was easier that way. I was a patchwork person, stolen scraps stitched together with the frailest threads. If he cared at all, he would have seen the lies for what they were. But he didn't care that I was lying to him. Every few moments he tapped nervously on the steering wheel and glanced my way. I didn't need to read his thoughts to know what he was thinking. He was planning, wondering how long he had to drive before he could find an isolated place to pull over. Thinking about what he would say, how he would deflect my worries, what excuse he would give, how it would feel. I leaned into the door and hitched one leg up, hugged my knee to my chest. I hadn't bothered with the seatbelt. If we crashed, that could be another item on my list. I knew I ought to be scared, but all I felt was a faint flutter beneath my ribs that was a little like excitement, a little like hunger. He thought I was helpless, but I knew something he didn't know. He couldn't hurt me. I had never before had that kind of power over someone. I tucked the feeling down in my gut in a tight little ball, small and black like a frightened roly-poly bug, and kept it in the same place where I kept my real name, my real story. When we were back in the car and on the road, I leaned my head back against the seat and faked a yawn. "Tired?" said Tate. "A little." "You can go ahead and sleep," he said. "I was just kidding about making you keep me company." I yawned again. "Thanks." The night grew darker as we drove west. I pretended to drift off, but I don't sleep anymore. Rain came and went in quick taps on the windshield. The air smelled like ozone and exhaust and manure. The man murmured to himself from time to time. I couldn't make out the words. A couple of hours outside Lincoln, he turned the signal on, slowed the car, and eased to an exit. I kept my eyes closed. I felt us stop for a moment. Then we turned right. The road was rough and loud beneath the tires. He drove for another 20-30 minutes before stopping. He turned off the engine. His seatbelt clicked and rasped as it retracted. "Nobody will know," he said, a whisper under his breath. "It's okay. It's okay. Nobody will know." There was a soft thump as he hit the steering wheel with both palms. I waited for the fear. He had made his choice. I should be scared now, but all I felt was tired. Tired, and disappointed that I had been right. He could have kept driving through the night and into the morning. He didn't have to stop. "Nobody will know," he said again. I opened my eyes. He was looking right at me. "Don't move," he said. His voice shook. He gripped the steering wheel. His lower lip was trembling, his shoulders tense, the line of his neck taut as a steel cable. "Don't move! You stupid, you freaky bitch! What are you doing?" I didn't say anything. I wasn't moving. I wasn't doing anything except waiting. "How stupid are you?" He hit the steering wheel again. "What the hell did you expect? Getting into a car with a stranger? Didn't your mother tell you that's asking for trouble?" I clenched my hands together in my lap. I could barely remember how it had happened before, when I'd woken in the grave with the stranger kneeling over me. "You should have known better," he said. "I know," I said. He launched himself across the car and slammed my head into the window. The angle was bad. He was shaking and grasping, but I felt his fingers dig into my neck, pressing against my windpipe. He wasn't strong enough to hold me. He didn't know what he was doing. But I didn't try to push him away. All I did was close one hand over each wrist, and I pulled. The shadowed vines